Okay, let's move on to fractions on both sides. The principle is the same. So you're going to use the same process. So I already explained about reciprocals. So the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. So if I multiply by 4/3 on this side, that gives me the identity property of multiplication. I also have to multiply by 4/3 on this side. Okay, so on this side, 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. N. This gives me my 1. That's my identity property, which gives me n by itself. All right, and then I'm going to multiply straight across here and straight across here. I can do cross canceling in this case because 3 is a factor of 27. So 3 obviously is a factor of itself. It is also a factor of 27. So 3 divided by 3, I'm going to divide both this side, okay, and this side because they're across from each other, by 3. That gives me a 1. 27 divided by 3 gives me a 9. I can leave it like that and go ahead and do 36/10, or I can take 4, the factors of 4 are 2 times 2. 2 times 5 is a factor of 10, so 2 is a factor. So I can divide 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, now I can multiply 9 times 2 and get 18, and 5 times 1 and get 5. Okay, either one is acceptable. It doesn't really matter, except for if you use this one, you're not going to have to simplify the next fraction. So if I put 5, and if I make this into a mixed number, how many 5s go into 18? Okay, that's 3. And how many are left over? Okay, 3/5. If I do it like this, I have how many 10s in 36? I have 3. And then I have 6 left over. My denominator is 10. So here I'm still left with simplifying this part of the fraction. If I divide both of these by 2, I get 3/5. So n is equal to 3 3/5. And as I said, these are much more complicated. So you should struggle with this. Next week when we're signing up, I want you to sign up for this page if you need help with it. But I do want you to struggle a little bit with it. Think about what it is you're doing. Think reciprocal. Think about same thing on either side. Anytime you have a mixed number, you need to change it into an improper fraction. All right, so let's do one with a mixed number. Okay, so here's one that has mixed numbers on both sides. Okay, so 1 1/5 x equals 3 3/10. First thing I need to do is I need to change it into a mixed number. So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So this gives me 6/5 x equals, then I have to do the same thing over here. 3 times 10 is 30. 30 plus 3 is 33. And then over 10, my denominator remains the same in both of those instances. All right, same process. Multiply by the reciprocal. So times 5/6. And the reason I do that is to get that identity property of multiplication. Okay, so now I have 5 times 6, which is 30. 6 times 5, which is 30, times x. That gives me my 1. That's my identity property of multiplication, because 1 times anything is going to be the anything. And if I multiply by 5/6 over here, I need to multiply by 5/6 over here. So 3/10 times 5/6. All right, now I'm going to look at this and see if I can cross cancel. So I know we practiced a little bit of cross canceling. If you've forgotten, you're looking for factors that go crosswise. So not up and down or not back and forth, but crosswise. Factors that go this way and this way. So 5 is a factor of 10. So if I divide 5 by 5, and if I divide 10 by 5, this gives me 1. 10 divided by 5 gives me 2. Okay, I have a 6 over here, but factors of 6 are 2 times 3 and 6 times 1. Factors of 33 are 11 times 3. So here I have a 3, and here I have a 3. I can divide both of those numbers by a 3. So if I divide 6 by 3, I get a 2. If I divide 33 by 3, I get 11. Okay, so now this looks like 11 times 1, and then 2 times 2. So 11 times 1 is 11. 2 times 2 is 4. You started out with mixed numbers. You're ending up with an improper fraction. I would like that improper fraction to become a mixed number. It's just good practice to get into. When you're testing and stuff, if you see this answer and not the mixed number answer, this is also correct. So how many 4s go into 11? 2 4s go into 11, because 2 times 4 is 8. 11 take away 8 is 3, and then I keep my same denominator. So in this case, x is equal to 2 3/4. As I said, you're going to struggle a little bit. You have to struggle to learn. All right, and we can go over this next week with your sign-up times. And please don't forget to do that. That was sent to you via Google.